Okay, if I sound like a broken record, you're absolutely right. We are back in the studio making more reversible halter tops, more towel vests, and more high-waisted jeans because guess what? These are my best sellers and I have a market coming up in early June that I need to stock up for. If you're new here, my name is Joanne. I'm a sustainable designer. I have a small handmade business. I also make sewing content and tutorials. So if that's your thing, you're in the right place. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. I'm going to be starting with the easiest style of the bunch, which are the reversible halter top. These prints sold well last round, so I'm just basically replenishing my stock. I'm only gonna do a handful of these since this is basically my last summer market I'm going to be doing. Hopefully I get to cut the two sizes I offer, the small, medium, and medium large. A lot of you have been asking if I have this style as a pattern, and honestly, I hear you. I just haven't had time to focus on that aspect. And as you saw in my last vlog, I kind of talk about burnout and just what kind of directions I want to take with my small business, and that's one of them. So please comment below if you want to see this style as a pattern. I only want to focus on styles that you guys actually want to make. Now I'm just going to get into cutting. I'm just going to iron these out and hopefully have everything prepped for sewing. So one really cool thing about the tops I'm working on is the reversible component of it. I really love multifunctional clothing. It's super inspiring and challenging as a designer to design in that way. So it's got me thinking about future projects. I'm really inspired by this one vintage jacket I have. It's fully reversible. I picked it up because it was super unique. I'm a big investigator in that way. I love to learn from the past just because I want to make high quality clothing, and a lot of clothes back then were made really well. And that's why we have super cool vintage clothing that kind of lasts the test of time. And so it is our duty as DIYers, makers, designers to make really cool clothing for future generations, so we have cool vintage clothes in the future, because we know that a lot of clothes made today are not going to last to that vintage age because things are made so cheaply with materials that are so garbage. So it is our duty to pick and choose our materials well and our construction well, just so future generations can enjoy really cool clothes. So I'm gonna get into sewing today. I have 6 tops. I'm averaging 1 hour per top, so 6 hours of sewing, but I'm getting a late start today. I'll probably split it between a couple days, but yeah, let's just get into it today. I'm making really good time. I just finished all the reversible halter tops. I made 8 in total, and that only took me a few days to complete, and I'm on to the next one. I'm gonna be doing the towel vest next. I have 7 in total. I'm gonna be doing 2 large, 2 medium, 2 small, and an extra small since this towel is a little on the small size, so I have to cut it kind of smaller. I left myself plenty of time to finish them. I assume that this stuff will only take me maybe a week and a half, so I'm just gonna spend the rest of today cutting. It's gonna be nice and relaxing. I'm gonna throw on some podcasts, some music maybe, and just zen out and cut the rest of today. now that I have everything cut out, even the contrast here, I'm gonna look through my small box of threads to match all the colors up. Since I do a lot of one-of-a-kind clothing, I tend to buy just small spools of thread because I don't want to buy a big spool of a very unique color and never end up using it just for the one project, and I think that's very wasteful. If you find something at the thrift store and you pick it up and you find that it breaks really easily, I would definitely avoid buying those. Although they look really cool, especially the ones in the wooden spools, do not pick those up, maybe just for decoration. So if you ever find cool thread at the thrift store or at a secondhand store, definitely test it out, pick it up, make sure it doesn't break easily, and if it does, don't buy it. It's gonna be a waste of money. And if you can test it out and it has some tension on it and it doesn't break, then pick it up and check if there's a text number on it. That will help you gauge the thickness of the thread. So usually the threads at the craft store, the typical small ones, they're around text 30, I believe. Top stitching thread will be like text 50. So higher the number, the more thick the thread is. So if you find a spool of thread but it's like a text 27, text 27 will definitely break really easily since it's thin, and they're usually meant for overlocking thread. So for this, since it breaks pretty easily and it's pretty thin, I would use it for overlock, not your main sewing thread. So I just kind of keep this because it is a unique color, and you know, I have a lot of unique color fabric that I'll sparingly keep some vintage thread. Like I do have some vintage thread, but I would only use it for overlock thread. I would never use it for the main seam because it will fall apart. So that's a little tip here for picking out thread. So let's look through these threads and match all the colors up. I got to a point where I really needed to set up my rack and hang everything instead of just like a pile on the floor. And so I wanted to hang everything up just to see my progress and keep me motivated. It's looking really good. I have 3 done here of the towel vest and minus the buttons, but I have 1 more to sew for today. I'm averaging 2 per day, which is really good. I'm doing less, I think because I'm just concentrating on the thread color and switching less, that it's saving me time. So I could whip through a couple a day and I'm making good time and progress. So a very productive sewing day.
Just waiting for my chance to jump.
All the buttons are attached now, and I'm just doing some finishing touches today. I'm gonna iron off all the buttonhole markings and then trim the fringe a little bit to make them even, and do some last minute tacking, and then put these aside for later, so I'll tag them at the very end. And I'm making super good time. I have 2.5 weeks to finish the jeans, so that's more than enough time to finish all the pants. I did this on purpose. I gave myself plenty of time to finish because I didn't want to stress this time. And yeah, I'm just preparing myself for the summer. I'm excited to focus more on long form content, patterns, and then I'll ramp it back up with the inventory stuff more towards holiday season. But I have like a really good healthy chunk to travel, take care of myself, explore with patterns and new designs. So I'm really excited for the summertime. I'm gonna make a conscious effort to actually enjoy it, go outside more, and do all that. So very excited about that. Something to look forward to. I'm finally on my last inventory item, which are the jeans, hence the outfit change here. I'm gonna be crawling around on the floor, so I want it to be comfortable and cool. So a little bit more about the jeans. I've seen all the requests, all the comments, and yes, I do custom sizing for the jeans if you want to have it made for you. And yes, eventually I will get a pattern out there, but it's just going to take me a little bit more time. I am balancing a lot right now, so this pattern's a bit more complex where it has shrinkage, which means I pre-make the jeans and then wash afterwards to shrink to size. So for home use, I'm going to have to take the shrinkage out. There's just a lot more steps that I need to do to make a pattern good for home use, but I will get to it eventually. It is one of my goals. I clocked it in, it's on the list, but most likely I won't get to it until the new year, where my focus will be 100% on this aspect of the business. I'm kind of slowly letting go of my handmade portion of the business and focusing more on content and digital products and things like that. And I'm really excited. Not only just clothing, I do like making other things. Like you saw me make my change booth for my markets I do. I made that. I also made that bead curtain thing that you see in a lot of my videos. So I like doing a lot of DIY things, not just clothes. So I'm really excited to explore that avenue as well as I move forward here. But for today, let's just have a cozy cutting day. Jeans are all cut out and prepped, and I just wanted to show you all the trims that go into the jeans. So the first one is jean zipper. This is a 7-inch YKK jean zipper that locks. That's very important. I have 4 of those. I have my main labels here, and then I have some size labels. I have a couple 29s, a 27, 26. I'm making 2 29s because that's my popular size according to my data. So I'll make 2 of those. And then I have my care labels, and then I have my jean button here gathered, and then I have also my top stitching thread. This is very important to get that jean look, and this is Tex 60. And then I have for the main body that I put together is a Tex 40 in a navy. But that's all the things that go into each jeans. I just wanted to show you that it's not just the denim I have to gather. I have to gather all these other trimmings, and it creates a professional finish, and I feel like people do appreciate it in the end. So I like to just put the extra care and attention into those. finally at a good place with the jeans. They are all sewn, the bottom part minus the hem. I'm moving on to the waistband and the belt loops and hopefully hit the hem by the end of the day. We'll see. But I'm at a good place where I feel pretty confident I will finish in the next few days. I have a week and a half left. It's going down to the wire. I just found out my booth space number and I think I got a good spot. It's kind of towards the front, which is great. I've never been in that row before, so I'm excited to head to San Francisco. Very fitting. I'm wearing a shirt, a vintage shirt from San Francisco, and I'm excited to get out of town. Like, even though it is work and it's a lot of work to do these markets, but it's nice to just kind of get out of the area. I love traveling, so this is kind of nice too. For one, although I don't have a lot of time to do fun stuff in the city when I'm there, but hopefully I get to have a little bit of time to kind of explore. I just bought my ticket overseas to Scotland and Ireland. I'm really excited. I was kind of teasing and talking about it earlier in a different vlog, but I did it. I bought the ticket, so I'm gonna go in the, I guess, early fall, and I'm super excited. Never been there. I'm kind of planning out what places I want to stay right now and what I want to do, and I'm super excited. I love having something to look forward to, so it's nice that I'll just be working up until then, and it's really inspiring me, and I'm very privileged to have this opportunity to travel. You know, not everyone gets to, so I know the position I'm in, and I'm very thankful and very grateful that I could do this. So let's finish up these jeans in the next few days. I'm a little over it, but I sticking to it, and I'm gonna finish off strong. Thanks so much for coming along with me as I make inventory for my summer market. I ended up making 19 items, and that might seem like a little compared to the time it took. It took about 4 weeks to complete, but I only sewed Monday through Friday. I took weekends off, and I made sure to take plenty of breaks in between so I'm not stressed, and I'm actually able to enjoy the process this time. So sometimes less is more, and I only concentrated on my 3 best sellers, as you can see. So I'm excited to get into other things this summer make things for fun, for joy, and also get more digital patterns out to you guys. So I'm super excited for taking a little break after this market. If you like this video, please subscribe. I do other sewing content, tutorials, and upcycling ideas. If you want to support me directly, I do have a website with handmade goods and digital patterns. And if you want to see what I'm currently making, please follow me on my socials. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.